Ornamas, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back out to the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com, man, on a beautiful Saturday evening, man. I believe it's Saturday, man. Man, Hen Dog was up early this morning, man. We are up about 7, 8 o'clock this morning, man. We went and had breakfast at one of the best Mexican restaurants in Roswell, New Mexico, man. I know we got a lot of great Spanish restaurants here in the city, man, and uh you just got to take your pick, man. And sometimes you go to the restaurant, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good, and it depends on the cook. And it's one of my dad's favorite restaurant, man, to go eat menudo. And of course, man, I think I got to get into the trend, man, and start trying some different foods and different characters out there. So it was a great morning, man, getting to spend the time with your mom and your grandma out there, man. And that's what we did this morning, man, going back to reminiscing my dad's favorite place to eat a bowl of menudo, man. And it's at Mi Casita restaurant, man. Big shout out to the owners out there, man. And they treated us really nice out there, man. And it's a very I highly recommend it, man, for food. And they don't just got menudo, man. It's a Mexican cafe. They got burritos, they got anything on the menu, man. And it was an awesome time, getting to reminisce our father, man. And it's an awesome place to eat. But yeah, so that's what we were doing this morning, man. And then I was at Encanto Event Center about noon, something like that. Getting ready for una quinceañera, man. Hen Dog is always busy, man. Hen Dog is always busy with the DJ stuff, man, and the podcast. And we had a great show last night, man. Had a very, very outstanding show. Telling you the numbers right now, man, before we bring in our talented guest, man, all the way from La Máquina, our neck of the woods, man. The Santa Fe Pehuaque area, man. We're going to bring in a talented guest, man, with a beautiful, beautiful voice, man. I got a lot of comments last night, man, from big stars. I got a big comment from Jose Rosario, who's worked with numerous artists, and right now, he's on board with the Shawshock Records. This guy has been around a long time. He has great advice on music powers, man, and he's a good inspiration. We had him on our show about 2.5 weeks ago, something like that, man, during the Tejano Mundial Awards, man. He's a big inspiration in my books, man. I took some pointers from him for our show and for the artists that I help promote and manage and stuff like that. So um just going back to last night's show, man, we hit over 907 views, man, on the show last night, man. We put on a 2-hour clinic for you guys, man. We put out all kinds of new music for you guys. We put on a brand new album by a talented New Mexico artist, man, Candace Vargas, man, who we're gonna have here just right now, man. I'm about to bring her in the hot seat. I know she's busy, man. She put in like 10 or 15 interviews yesterday, something like that, man. I mean, the single had just came out, the album had just released, and it's still fresh, man. So we want to keep that support on the artist, man. Please go out there and purchase it on all the digital platforms. You can get it on Apple Music, and if you see it out there, man, go ahead and purchase it, man. Help the artist out. And if you're a DJ, if you're a podcaster, man, reach out to the Vargas family, man, and they'll be gladly to make you send it out to you so you can put it on your rotation. I already got it on my rotation. It's already on my Roku TV channel. Without further ado, man, I want to bring in a good friend of mine. It's been a while, man. Since we had her on, and it's good to have her on now because she just released a single, an album, and the whole 9 yards, man. And it takes a lot to put in the work, man. And I think the dad of Candace Vargas wrote at least 2 songs, if I'm not mistaken. And we get to hear all the insights about the new album, man. I want to welcome a good friend of mine, Candace Vargas, man. What's going on, Candace?
How are you?
Oh my gosh, man. I don't know if you were just listening in, man, but I'm so busy with this podcast, booking, managing, being a promoter, music distributor. Now that I work from home, I don't know what I got myself into, man. Being a promoter, distributor, booking manager, It's a lot of work, man. I could understand where the artists
Mhm.
come from when they say, "Man, it's a lot of work." I'm like, "Yeah, right."
No, no
Now
one
now I
realizes
understand.
yeah. No one realizes what all of us have to do. We have to be our own, again, our own promoter. We gotta be our own hairstylist. We gotta be our own makeup artist. We gotta be our own fashion designer. We have to
There
be
you go.
CD designer, producer, financial advisor, everything.
Right, and I'm getting to see all that, right? I haven't seen the financials just yet, but
Yeah.
I'm able to see like the insides of the promotions, the managing, and the distributions, man. And I'm feeling for myself.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Countless hours of lack of sleep sometimes, man. And I mean, I don't sleep anyway. Period.
Yeah.
I know your body needs, to function right. You need about a good 7, 8 hours of rest, man. And that's, putting your phone away, putting your laptop away, putting
Mhm.
and keeping yourself from the distraction of, your family. You want to get that rest, right? And your family.
Yeah.
But I think I'm in for a good treat, man. I mean, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And it's the same thing with this podcast. They're like, "Hey, Hen Dog, how long you been on, man?" I'm like, "Man, I think I've been on like 2, 3 years, man, and still going
Mhm.
strong, man." And I mean, people are like, "How do you do it 4 nights a week, and sometimes five, or sometimes 7 nights a week, or depending on what we got going on?" Because we got a big staff, man. We got a big staff that that helps out on the weekends and stuff like that, and that's why I leave the weekends for when we do live remote interviews and stuff like that. And I know next week we're going to be doing some live remotes. I know next Thursday we got a live remote at the Internet Radio Gala in San Antonio,
Mhm.
um, which is going to be awesome. So, I mean, with being busy and being dedicated, you can do a lot of things. And that's what I try to tell these artists, and try to tell anybody who wants to, start something. Put your mind to it, man,
Yeah.
and just go with it, man. Um, but the most important, have a good support system, have a good team that
Yeah.
backs you up. And you don't see that too much, that you got a good supportive team. It doesn't matter if it's family, don't matter if it's
Mhm.
friends, close friends, or people who barely are knowing you. Um, the thing is, you just got to have that good support system to continue,
Right.
and I always say, put God first, and and let Him guide you to the right path. And people are like, "Oh, well, you're getting really religious here." I'm like, "No, no, no, no. That's not how it works."
Right, right. And
But
honestly, like I'm blessed that I have a wonderful team and my team is my
exactly,
family. And like I
yeah,
have my dad, I have my mom, I have my
exactly,
brother. Before I lost my grandma, she was also part of my team.
right.
She helped me keep like level headed and things like that. So no, I have a wonderful team. My brother, he keeps me going. He inspires me every day. So I you need to have that team behind you.
Well, and here again, I said it on the last time I had you on. I mean, who would want to, marry or date, a Candace Vargas, man, when you got a brother that looks like a freaking a giant, man. I mean, when I first met the dude, I'm like, who the hell is that guy? Is that the husband? Is that the boyfriend? I'm like, I'm not gonna no, that's he's like, I'm the brother. I'm like, ay, yikes.
And actually, my brother's on listening. Like, I think he went to the gym, so he's watching while he's at the gym.
I
Yeah,
mean,
everyone
I
says
mean,
that. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, how is he so big?" And I'm like, you know what? Don't mess with him. I'm just gonna say,
but look at his motivation. Look at his
yeah.
motivation and dedication. Like, they tell me, "Hey, you need to lose weight, hen dog." I'm like, okay.
You know what? I completely agree because there was a point where people were like, you know, if you want to get more serious into this industry, you're gonna have to lose a little bit of weight. So honestly, speaking of the team thing, my entire family, all four of us, are on a mission to lose weight. And my mom's already down 70 pounds. My
Wow,
dad's down 50. I'm down 68. And then my
wow,
brother's already down 30. But what he's doing is he's slimming down, but he's bulking up at the same time. So he's going to even get bigger, but with the like kind of a smaller frame. So all of us are just trying to motivate each other to do better, do healthier, because we want to continue doing this for a very long time. and health is important to do that.
Of course, and especially like me that just hit is about to hit 30 here in May, and I'm always, now that my dad had passed away, from a pulmonary aneurysm, which is a
Mhm.
heart attack. For the people that don't know, um, it kind of scares me because it runs in the family.
Right.
I think it runs on my mom's side of the family. That her great grandma died from something in that neck of the woods, and
Mhm.
now that my dad passed away from the same thing, I'm like, a la máquina. I'm about to hit 30, and
Yeah.
I'm Googling. I'm like, and I mean, it could happen at any given time. It doesn't have to be in your 30s or in your 40s,
Right.
male or female. So I'm kind of precaution. I'm like, la máquina. But mind you, I went and had breakfast this morning. I'm like, I'm like, the lard for the heart, man.
Yeah.
Breathe.
No, and honestly, like my family, we have like diabetes in the family, we have heart problems in the family, and things like that. All
Exactly.
of us just want to be healthy and be there. And so, like my mom, she's super cute. She's like, Candace, guess what? I'm down to this size. Or Candace, guess what? I can fit in this. And I'm like, you're so cute. And then like now that I lost weight, I can totally see why she got so excited because I'm like, Mom, you're not gonna believe it. I'm down to this size. Mom, done. So I completely understand, and we're just trying to get healthy together. And family is just, family's important, and we just want to be there for each other for a very long time. And my mom, she's already saying, when are you gonna have when am I gonna have grandkids? I want to be there for my grandkids. I'm like, do fur babies count? I mean, I got cats. They count.
Well, wait, the next thing you got to do, you got to be like, hey, mom, they got to go through my brother Joel, man. I mean,
No, that's the thing, is like my it's not even my brother that they have to go through. I am so picky, and I'm so good at reading people because I've been in this industry for so long. They got to go through me first, and then if they pass that round, then we're like, okay, then you got to go through the entire family.
and then you're like, hey, if you pass my family, we can start the first date.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think the first tell is if they can get past the music industry first to get to me, then they're okay. Because there's people who don't understand, like, oh, a musician's on stage, but then they don't understand the all this extra stuff that goes into being a musician. We're
Exactly.
traveling, we're in front of a lot of people. There's people, sadly, there's people throwing themselves at musicians. There's different things. We're traveling. There's oh, I might be traveling, but we have to do studio work. We got to do this. We got to do that. It's nonstop, and so I don't know. They got to go through the music first.
Well, of course, hell yeah, man, amen to that. So, I mean, I know you guys are doing a lot of work in the New Mexico area and keeping our heritage, our roots, and we got our own flavor of music,
Yeah,
and everybody's like, what is New Mexico music? So I have to put people on game, with
yeah.
our culture of music, because Texas, Hawaii, China, all these other little towns and cities, man, they got their own little types of music, right? And we have our own type of music. We got New Mexico music, and I have to describe to them, what is New Mexico music? What is the difference? I have to tell them, man, and and then I have to put the music on. I have to put the artist from New Mexico to give them a little glimpse of what
Hmm.
we're all about. And I'm so proud of what you guys are doing, and especially with this brand new release, the new album, the single, the music. I mean, I put out the whole album out on the show last night. The last I think the last 30 minutes of the show, I think I put out the
Yeah.
whole album.
Oh wow.
So if you see the show from last night, it just reached over 900 and something views. I know some of it got blocked. I don't know what portions and parts got blocked or muted.
Yeah.
Um, but if you go back at the last 30 to I think it's 30 to 40 minutes of nothing but the whole album, man,
Oh
of you guys hard work and dedication. How did you feel about it? I mean, because here's the thing: you get to hear the unmastered, and then you get to
wow.
hear the raw. You get to hear, everything that gets put together
Hmm.
before everything gets, to the airwaves, and then before you get the final copy, and before you're like, oh man, this is going to hit. But how did you feel when you guys were putting all this stuff together?
It was a little well, to go into that, this CD has been taking a while, and the reason why it's been taking a while is because I mentioned, like, in an interview yesterday, that there were bumps in the road that happened. There were some
Right? Yeah.
roadblocks, I had to take a sort of hiatus because had to get back to me mentally. And so everything of that sort was kind of hard. And then I realized, now I was feeling better mentally. I was feeling better emotionally. I was able to get back in the studio with a new set of ears because before I hated everything about this project.
Wow.
I hated my vocal, I hated the arrangements. I just did not like it. I didn't like the way everything was working because I wasn't mentally there for myself. So then now
Exactly.
that I got back to myself mentally and started listening with a new set of ears and thought, you know what, that I like how that vocal turned out. Let's do something different with this. Or I like how this arrangement turned out. And then the more I started getting into it, the more I started loving the process. I loved going back into the studio. I liked working with my dad. I liked working
Of
with my
course.
brother. I love working with the producers. I started kind of appreciating the steps it took because now I was more into this project, and
Of
and it,
course.
it was more like a healing project for me. So when I started going through the entire thing, I started getting to the point where I started hating the songs again because I kept hearing it over and over and over and over because we had to make sure the bass was right. We had to make sure the bajos were right. We had to make sure the accordions were right. We had to make sure the levels were right. So we got to the point where we had a list, and we called it a checklist to make sure, okay, this needs to go up, this needs to go down. And so we had to listen to one song over for like 4 hours just to make sure everything was correct, and constantly contacting the producers and things like that. But when we finally got to the final, like, I love it, that's
Hmm.
when I kind of sat back and said, you know what? I love how this turned out. I love how the arrangements turned out. It is perfect. Let's get this going.
Well, of course, man. I mean, the thing is like when you're putting something together, it takes countless hours to make
Hmm.
sure it's the right product, the right wording. Because not a lot of people are very good with Spanish writing or Spanish, period. And to make
Hmm.
sure it's got the correct spelling, the correct
The flow.
characters, and everything, man. It takes a lot, man. Because you see a lot of these artists nowadays, that are putting something out within a day, 2 days, and sometimes they don't have the right sound quality. Um, and I can have a guy vouch for that because he's in the chat room, Mr. Jose Rosario. He's really big on productivity and sound quality.
Hmm.
That's one of the advices that I gotten from him. He goes, if you're going to be a musician, you have to put out the right track, the right music, and the right sound quality to make it in this industry. He goes,
Hmm.
sometimes you hear some of these tracks or some of these sounds and it doesn't sound right. And he's like, he's not knocking people, but he's
Yeah.
like, man, you just got to put out the right sound quality. Um,
Hmm.
and that's what it takes, to be in this business. You got to put out the right music, the right quality, and that's what it takes. It takes a lot of work.
It does take a lot of work, and it's also, don't be afraid to like ask people for help. Like
Exactly.
I contacted Shelly for a song that I was gonna release, and I said, hey, what do you think about this? She's like, I don't like this sound, try this sound. And so yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to take advice from people if they have really great advice.
Yeah, that's what it takes, right? And a lot of people don't want to take that advice because they're going to get that criticism.
Hmm.
Hey, I don't think it's going to work. I think your voice is not that great for that song, and people don't like that.
Hmm.
I mean, I could be the one to vouch for that because sometimes I don't like people telling me how to run my own podcast. I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm like, man, maybe let me try it, and then I'll try it on the next show, and I'm like, oh, and then I'm not the type, like I don't, message back to anybody. So I'll be like, hey, thank you for that gesture, thank you for that advice, and then I just put it into the podcast, and
Hmm.
it works. I mean, at the time when they say it to me, I'm like, oh my god, did they really just tell me how to run my own show? I'll hand them over the microphone and the payment, and they can take over the show.
Yeah. It's crazy, and it just takes it's more brave to take a listen to people who have a good advice than it is not to, because they know what they're doing. Some people really do know what they're doing. They've been in this industry for so long. They know what people are looking for, and it's really nice to hear that they say, "Oh, I love how this turned out, but try this."
So you guys put out a full brand new album, man. That's hitting the charts. I mean, it just came out yesterday, man. It's still fresh, and it'll be fresh for numerous months and years because we're gonna get this single and this album to all the FM AM stations, especially in the Texas area, especially in Mexico and all that stuff, and especially in New Mexico because that's where we're
Yes.
from. We want that album to get out there to everybody. That's why I put it out on the Roku TV channel. So everybody that that tunes into our Roku TV channel, they can go on there and throw it on when they're cleaning, when they're doing yard work. They can Bluetooth it to their phones outside, and they can listen to the whole album outside, man. And but you're doing big things out there out of New Mexico, man. Making a big statement for our cultura, our culture. Um, Joel Vargas says, I have been told that I have a face for radio. A la máquina.
Sad.
Too much, Joel.
um,
Ay, yeah, ay, man. You're too much, brother. Too much, man. We got a lot of people in La Casa, man. Let me give a few shout outs real quick, man. We got Joel Vargas, senior man, the dad of Candace Vargas is in La Casa. I'm sure her mom's out there as well, man. También.
mhm.
We got also Mr. Daddy Farias, man, with the Texas Pura Vida Awards, a big sponsor to the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. We also got Manuel Arilen in La Casa. We got Hilda Cantu. We got Jose Rosario Gonzalez, man, he's been in the business a long time, at least 30 plus years or so. We got also Elaine Valdez. We got Roger Medina. We got our managers of the talk show, Paul and Jessica Espinosa, all the way from Gilbert, Arizona. We got Bernadette
Oh
R.
wow.
Rogue. Says awesome family, congratulations. And then we got Vito Trujillo Jr. says, hola amigos, congratulations. And
Vito is one heck of a musician. If you ever get check out his stuff, he is amazing.
wow, wow. And then we got Abigail Mondragon says, hi, listening from New Mexico. What part of New Mexico are you tuning in from? We also got Ronnie Mendoza Peña in La Casa. We got a lot of people checking in. We got Felipe Gomez in La Casa también. Ay, Joel says that's what
That
that
was
was
the
the
advice
one.
he got. Oh
So I mean, you guys are excited. I know you're excited because you put this album out, within within time, man. And
yeah.
what an honor it is to put it out on, especially on a Friday, man. You know, I mean, everybody's like, man, when's the single coming out? When's the album coming out? When you put it out there on social media, they're like excited, right? And then you put it out on a Friday when people are barbecuing, when people are going out of town. I mean, what
Mhm.
better yet to put it out? Awesome single. I know you have so many songs on the album. So
Yes.
what's one of your most favorite song, or what kind of one that you could take that you could take apart on the song?
That's hard because a lot of these songs were chosen for a reason. Um, it's hard to pick one. I do like oh gosh, it's hard to pick one because each one is a story. Each one, whether it's metaphorical or literal, each song in this album has a story, and I just can't pick one. I love them all.
Well, I mean, when I heard the first song, I was like, man, I wonder what's in store on the next 15, 16 tracks that are out there, on the whole album. So I said, you know what, man? I gave like I can't remember. I think it's like 30 or 40 minutes of nothing but the whole album, man. And well, when I played the first song, I'm like, man, I like this song, and then I was like, okay, well, let me play another one. Let me do an announcement. Let me play another one. And I'm like, damn it, I like that one too. I even like the country one, man. I like the slower one también. I'm like, man, I think I like the whole album, period.
Thank you, thank
I
you,
mean,
and
you're right. It's tough, to pick one.
yes, and we wanted to show something completely different with this album. Before, like we had a lot of Tejano or we had New Mexico, but
Exactly.
this one we wanted to be a little more versatile. We wanted this album to tell a story, and we wanted to show people kind of a glimpse of who I am because I love a lot of music. I love different types of genres, and I even got to get a EDM artist on this album. So the No Siento Nada remix is featuring Variant, DJ Variant, so he's
Wow.
on this album as well. So we're trying new things. We want to kind of expand and show people that not only New Mexico music is just versatile, but Spanish music in general is very versatile.
Exactly. And I know we had a comment last night on the show. I mean, I know you're getting your beauty sleep because you had to be on the show today, and you're always looking marvelous on the show as can
Oh,
be. I
thank
mean,
you.
better than the host over here. But we had a comment last night, man. They are like, hey, man, she looks like exactly like Alicia Villarreal. I'm like, hold on,
No.
let me take a look here. Hold on.
I have never been told that ever. I've been called La Verita because I'm like so light complected. Thanks, mom.
Yeah, we had a comment last night, man, that are like, "Hey, man," they put it out there. I'll have to look at the comment, and I'll have to screenshot it
You have to
to.
show me that comment. You really have to show me that
They're
comment
like,
because
"Hey, she
I
looks
wanna
exactly
I
like
wanna take
Alicia
a
Villarreal."
yeah, I
I'm
wanna
like,
take a
"What?"
photo of that, and I was like, I'm gonna put it on my wall saying, "Hell, yeah, I look like Alicia."
Just make sure you don't get in those domestics, man. That's crazy, man. I mean, I never thought that would happen, but we got a comment in the house, man, from Monica Castro says, "Congrats, Candice! Can't wait to hear it. A la máquina." Yeah, we're about to play a few songs for you guys right here on the show. We might get her to sing maybe a little piece of a song here in a little bit, all right? If you guys get your act right pills, right, or act right medication, we might get her to sing maybe a little portion of a song, all right? Um, we got Vic Martinez, like your new CD, Soy Quien Soy. Yeah, it's an awesome album, man. Well, we're gonna take a short commercial break. We're gonna play a little bit of the new album for you guys. We might get her to sing a piece of a song, all right? Like I
We'll
said,
see.
if you get some Accurite pills, we'll put it. We might make her sing. All right. So I like this one right here, man. Me bebí tu recuerdo. It goes a little bit something like this.
En mi mano izquierda tomé tu retrato y en la otra mano una copa de vino y brindé contigo sin estar presente.
Candace
Y brindé
Vargas, man.
contigo
Soy
por tu amor
Quien Soy,
ausente.
man. Album.
Y metí la foto dentro de mi copa. En ella tu imagen se fue disolviendo. Y poquito a poco y muy lentamente todo tu recuerdo me lo fui bebiendo.
Hit that like button. Yeah, share button.
Tu recuerdo para que jamás vuelvas a lastimarme. Y quiero que sepas que aunque dolorida, por
Hoy
mi
no más.
nombre
Candace Vargas
no
en la
quiero
casa. In the hot seat, man.
recordarme.
Electroradio.com. Yeah, new hit album, man, is all over the platforms, man. It's broadcasted live right here on your number one hit station, number one podcast, Let's Create a Talk Show. It's live on Roku TV. The whole album. Shout out to the producers, songwriters. Shout out to the whole team, the whole Vargas team, man, putting it all this together.
En mi mano izquierda tomé tu retrato y en la otra mano
Hoy no
una
más.
copa de vino y brindé contigo sin estar presente y brindé contigo por tu amor ausente y metí la foto dentro de mi copa. En ella tu imagen se fue disolviendo y poquito a poco y muy lentamente todo tu recuerdo
Hola más, man. Bienvenidos a todos, man, to the Mr. Radio Talk Show.com. Man. Ah, la máquina. I like that jam, man. It gets me off the, well, I can't get off the chair and dance, pero I mean, I gotta be on the show.
Thank you.
Man, the vocals, Candace, ah, la máquina. I mean, I mean, we were just talking about this last night, man. Me and my mom. When I got off the show, it's like crazy, man. These legendary artists, man, like Little Joe, Agustin Ramirez, Ruben Ramos, Shelly Lares, Elida Reina. All these legends, right? When they go to studios, man, and they put in their hard work with their vocals, and then you go see them live in person, you're like, hey, they just sounded like they just sounded off the CD, and I'm just like, man, how do they keep their voice so so composed to when
Yep.
they go to record? Because I mean, when you go to the studio, they twist a little bit, and then you go to perform, it doesn't sound like the CD. And but these artists, who've been in the business for 30, 40 years, you go watch them in live performance, you're like, hey, they sound just like they recorded, man. Um,
Mhm.
I know I got a video from Freddie Martinez back I think it's like 2018 or 2019 when
Mhm.
it was at the Joe Bravo concert, man. And I I listened to it last night. I'm like, man, how does this guy be in his like mid 70s, mid 80s, or close to that area? And I'm like, how does he still have the same voice like if he was like in the studio recording it? That's awesome.
Right. Yeah, and then that's the thing is like we try to record if what we record we want to do it live.
Of course.
So and that's what I always appreciate our artists that what they put in their studio, they will put it live or sometimes they do even better live, which I appreciate because I've seen Shally, I've seen Stephanie Montiel, I've seen
Right.
Elida Reina, I've seen all of these and I'm like, "Oh my god, they sound so amazing."
And it's like, how do they keep their voice so the same, man? Like it doesn't change, man. Like I don't know what I mean. Sometimes I don't even know what I sound like until I go listen to the show. I'm like, damn, did I really just say that, or did I really talk like that, or how do I really talk to a person in person? Or
Mhm.
how would I sound in a recording studio? I mean, of course, my parents have paid for singing lessons, but I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, let me go record a song or so. Let me see what my voice really sounds like
Yeah.
without mixing mastering.
Well, like my dad just mentioned, because we do have an acoustic version of that song on video. Him and I were playing just guitar, and I have that on acoustic.
A la máquina. That's awesome. Are you going to release that very soon, or are you
Oh,
going to keep
it's
it?
on Facebook. The people can go watch it. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. People can go watch the video with me and my dad, and that was a lot of fun. And it's just we decided to record this song one because people begged us to. All the fans were begging us, saying, "Please record this," and then two, it's a childhood song that I grew up with. I always loved this song, and I was like, I don't mind singing this. I don't mind recording it. So it's very sentimental.
Well, of course, man. And I mean, there again, family. I mean, you're doing something you love to do. He's doing something that he loves to do. And the thing is, he's a big support. Your whole family is a big support system with
Yes.
you and your music. I never see you go anywhere alone. You got the whole family behind you, and that's awesome. And look right here, we got Ray Mix says, great album, you are awesome. And then Monica Castro says, Mr. Vargas Sr. doing well. Congrats on the album, always sounding great. And then and he put it out there. He says we have an acoustic video of me bebé, that we did during COVID, a la máquina.
Yeah,
Anything,
that's
and I think that's when everybody blew up right after COVID, man. And some people, lost businesses and lost, their touch.
yes.
But at the end of the day, people really branched out from COVID because there was nothing to do. I think that's what I can reflect on for this podcast. Um, I think I was on Facebook Live at the time. Um, I wish I had my old YouTube account. I got blocked for
Oh,
copyrighted music, of course. You know how that goes, right?
yeah.
And I think I have a Facebook or YouTube Live and a Facebook Live on that channel. There was like 28 hours or something like that on the show. I
Oh,
started
wow.
like at 5 or 6, something like that. And I didn't get off to like 5 or 6 the next day, and that's the PM or something like that. Like
Mhm.
28 hours, something like that on the show. And I wish I should have downloaded it because I could have had that for memorabilia and probably wrote Guinness Book of Records. No, just kidding.
Right. And honestly, all the videos that we have, I have them either on my phone or in the computer or something because those are memories. And that's one thing I regret is that I don't have some memories of like my grandma singing because she used to have a beautiful voice. And I think that's where I got my voice. I always claim I got it from my grandma. So I wish I had either a recording of her singing or a video. And that's the only thing I don't have.
And it sucks because like like your parents always say, hey, make sure you spend time with your
Yep.
parents, your family, your grandparents, and then I mean you don't think about it, right? And then they pass, you're like, damn, I wish I had that memory,
Hmm.
or I wish I had something, to reflect on. And but like I said, man, it's tough, to put anything out there for the fans, man. And
Right.
I mean, like I said, nobody paid for my singing lessons. And nobody paid for my podcast lessons. So I go
Right.
back. I did last night. I went back and listened to Night's Show, man, and I just checked it out. I'm like, okay, I could do better. Let me do this. Let me do that. Because I got the habit of saying man a lot. I don't know why I say man. It could be a female on the show, could be a dude on the show, could be anybody, a band on the show, and I'm like, what's up, man? How you doing, man? What's going on, man? I'm like, I gotta come up with something different, man. There again,
So you know what? Now we're gonna have a game. Every time you say man, you gotta take like a drink of water or something. Like man, man. Or we gotta make a tally of all the times you say man.
I would probably lose that bet big time. Somebody was to, bet me something, I'd probably lose because I would say man, because I say man a lot. Like after every sentence. Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is. And I tried on the show to like say something different, man. See,
All right, another mark.
yeah, yeah, and then saying a la vi, I say a la máquina. I mean, I kind of change it up, for our PG-13 out there.
Mhm.
So I use a la máquina a lot. So that's my slogan. Everybody knows me as a la máquina. I'm surprised nobody has said it in the show tonight. 'Cause that's what I use a lot, and I have it on a shirt actually. Glows in the dark. So it's one of my slogans. So that I can get away with. No, just kidding. No, let's see. We got people tuning in from Arizona, man. You got fans in Arizona, a la máquina. Um, it's one of my slogans, man.
You're gonna compete with my dad.
I leave in Arizona, but follow New Mexico. Hey, that's what's up, Vic
Yep.
Martinez. That's what's up, man. Being able to support, our heritage out there, man, and put it out there for your fans. And there's nothing wrong with our New Mexico music, man. With El Hurricane and Darren Cordova and Candace Vargas or Justine Romero. Um, they have a lot of great music, man. They have a lot of great music. A la Mazda, it's a Toyota.
Dad. That's my dad. That's gotta be my dad, right?
Of course. A
I
la
don't even have to
Mazda.
look at the chat. I just know it's my dad. uh,
Ay, yeah, yeah. So, Candice, can you sing us a little bit of a song off the new album?
yeah, sure. What song do you want to hear?
Surprise us.
Okay,
I,
let
I
me
mean, I know you
see.
said you didn't have a favorite one, but I mean, I
Uh,
know, I know it's tough.
Let me see which one I can. I'm going through my list of songs right now because I have them like in front of me, and I'm trying to see which one I should sing. Let's see. I am probably gonna do this one. Let's see if sencillamente yo no puedo evitar dejar de verte. Te agregué en mi corazón para siempre, porque detrás de tu sonrisa está mi suerte. Me quedo despierta solo para contemplarte a ti durmiendo. No me quiero perder nada ese momento. Y me pregunto si acaso estoy en tu sueño. Por cada vez que amanezco a tu lado, le doy gracias a mi Dios por haberme escuchado cuando pedí en mi oración que tú fueses el dueño siempre de mi corazón. Por cada vez que siento tus latidos al tomarte en mis brazos, me sobran los motivos para darte mi amor y decirte al oído lo mucho que te amo yo. Por cada vez. Yeah.
Wow, a la máquina, a la Mazda. Wow, a la Modis. I got the goosebumps, man. The moment you hit the first tune, I was like, oh, look, I got goosebumps. Wow,
Thank
wow,
you.
wow. I love the vocals, man. A la máquina. Ay, 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 ay.
And it's on the album.
Wow. Look at this right here. We got Bobby Castaneda all the way from California saying, Saludos, Candace. You sound awesome, man. And then
Thank you.
we got Ray Mix says, great as always from the heart.
Thank
We
you.
also got Valerie Villanueva says, get it, girl. Such an amazing voice and awesome friends.
That is awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Wow, your vocals, man, are so versatile, man.
Thank you.
One day, Candace, I want to be like you guys, man. I mean, the saying is, there's never going to be another Selena, there's never going to be another Candace Vargas, and there's never going to be another Hen Dog. But I just love your voice, man, and
Thank
it's
you.
so much intelligent, man, and to put it out there on all the platforms, and I'm so proud of what you guys are doing for our cultura. Once again, I'm so proud of
Thank you.
our heritage, making a statement for our New Mexico culture and getting it out there to our Texas people, Texas folks, because they don't know what the heck New Mexico music is. And
Mhm.
I'm trying to get, our artists from New Mexico to the
Yes.
Texas scenes, because nobody knows about our artists out here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're slowly but surely getting out there. We have Gabriella, we
Right.
have Black Pearl, we have all of these bands, Darren Cordova, we have Jerome Grant. All of these artists are going to Texas. They're making a difference. And I mean, I'm going next weekend for Fanfare. I'm performing out there on Saturday and Sunday.
A la máquina. Well, can you come through Roswell and can y'all pick up a hen dog so I can go on the tour bus?
Thank you. But we'll be doing that, and then also I got a friend of mine, Mike Torres. He has a little get together he's having Saturday night at Jaime's place. So I'll be performing with that with the amazing list of musicians that's on that as well.
Dang it. I'll pay my way. Can y'all pick me up on the Candace Vargas bus?
I wish I had a bus. We're still trying to work that out.
Tell your dad and your brother. I'll make sure I have the ice chest ready.
We'll
Man,
do. We'll do.
you got a lot of performances, man. A lot of performances. You got any performances tonight or this weekend, or
So
you're gonna
this
take a chill
weekend is
pill?
all
And,
promoting. It's all promoting this weekend. We picked this weekend specifically just to promote. And then after this, we don't typically perform, like me or Northern 505 or anybody. We don't typically perform for Lent. It's just, I'm Catholic. We don't do that.
amen.
But, go ahead.
No, I said amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
too, so
so we kind of slowed things down, but in April they're going to be picking back up. We have a couple of gigs at the Double O at the OK Casino. We have some personal gigs, and it's just we're going to be nonstop. We are going to be busy. I'm going to be busy with this new album, promoting it, touring, and a couple of cool things are going to be happening. I am working on a CD release party pretty soon, so crossing fingers on that one.
well, let me know when you have that CD release party. That way we can make a trip out there and go take the podcast and take the DJ Hen Dog out there, and I can go out there and support you guys, man, because I love the family. I love the vibe, that you guys bring.
Thank you.
I like the support system, because I got a good support system as well. Of course, we no longer have my dad, but we still got my mom, we got my grandma,
Mhm.
we got my brother-in-law, we got my sisters, that support my talk show. They support my DJ stuff, and I got some friends, that are on the show, that support as well. So we got a good team. Off the family. We got good friends that are supportive of this of the talk show. So, let us know when you do have that CD release party. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Will do.
Um, I mean, I know you're so busy with all this stuff, all this promotion. I know you're excited with this new single because I'm excited. When I seen the post, I'm like, "A la máquina." I said, "I got to get my girl on the show because this single is going to be a hit maker, man." And that's why I was able to get you on the show and reach out
Thank
to
you.
you. And I know you're busy with all these interviews and all these shows, and it could be a drastic, man. It can, you know, one interview could turn into 30 interviews in one setting. I mean,
Yes.
like I was telling you before the show, sometimes you do 10 minutes, sometimes you do 30 minutes, sometimes you do an hour, sometimes you do 2 hours, and then you're like, all right, we need to stop here, we need to go focus on the next one. And then by the time you know it, you're 30 interviews in one day,
Yes.
and then you're tired, you're drained, your body is drained because one, you sang, two, you freaking answered questions, you got to talk to your peoples, and you're tired.
Right, right. And the thing is, this album is we expect good things from this album, and then we have another album coming out that's going to be all country, and so we are excited about that as well. And it's just it's going to be a fun ride.
I'm looking for the fun ride, man, because you got an amazing vocals,
Thank
and
you.
looking to see what's in store for you guys. I mean, I know this, like I said, this album is still fresh. Just came out less than 24 hours ago.
Yes.
Um, you can check it out on all the digital platforms. But please, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, purchase it. That's how you support these artists. Because nothing in this life in this genre is free, so be
Right.
sure to purchase it on all the digital platforms. Support the artists, support their merchandise, because that's how they're able to travel to a town near you. And be sure to go support Candace Vargas next week at Fanfare, and then at Jaime's Place with Mike Torres. I mean, who in the heck is Mike Torres? Is that the guy with the little old school mustache?
I love
Yeah,
him. He's so awesome. I
Mike
absolutely
Torres.
love him. Amazing, amazing musician.
Right? An amazing vocalist,
Oh
man.
my
La
gosh.
45, man. Them guys are legendaries, man. I think they played with a lot of different bands at one point in time in their careers, man. And
They have.
good friend of mine, Mr. Mike Dotis, man. So, Candice, any other upcoming shows that you got coming up? Don't ever hesitate to have your momager and dadager and everybody on the team to get a hold of me. If you got any upcoming events, I mean, I know you can't release the private events, because that's
Right.
what they're called, private.
Right.
Because I've had a couple of fans say, "Hen dog, I see you're playing at a private quinceañera." Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's called private.
Yeah.
they only
Right, right.
they
And
only they only hired the DJ, and that's who's invited. The DJ in his entourage. That's who's able to go to the show. So if you got any upcoming shows, any coming events that you're going to be playing at the casinos, or wherever you're going to be performing at in New Mexico or California or
mhm.
Arizona or Utah, Colorado, don't ever hesitate to give us a call, and we'll put you guys out there. You could be out there at location. Quick, you asked me for a link, and that's how we do our shows. You could be getting ready at the hotel, send you a link. Hey, we got Candace Vargas. She's out there in Omaha, Nebraska, or wherever she's at. Getting ready for a show. Hey, Candace, how can people get out there to that show? How much are the tickets? and
Right.
advertise the event that you're going to be performing at. We're here to help. We're here to
Will
push
do.
everything
And
you're doing.
also, if anybody wants to know about future events, we'll be posting it on my Facebook page, www.candicevargas.com. We'll be posting it on all my social media platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, uh, X, and any threads. Oh, I have so many social media. I do.
Ah,
You have to be your own promoter. All my socials.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Because I got all my social medias too, and I got a website también too that I'm working on too. So I want to give a big shout out right here to Joel Vargas Jr. Man, he says we appreciate you, Hendog. Yeah, man, I try my best, man. I am not the best podcaster. I'm not the best DJ in La Honda, man. I just try to help every artist, every musician, and I just try to be humble, and just help anybody I can. what it's all about, and
Right.
like I told Candice, I don't know what I got myself into in this promotion and
Yep.
distribution and everything else, man. I don't know what I got myself into. I got a headache awaiting myself. So we got let's see right here. Candace Vargas will also be featured in my upcoming Northern 505 CD. Wow.
Yes. He's been working on that for a while, and that's going to be releasing pretty soon as well.
Wow. Well, let us know. We'll bring you back on the show. I do want to say thank you, Candice, to all your fan base, all your fans, your family, the producers, and the label that put all this together for you guys, man. I like the name. It's a catchy name to the
Thank you.
album. Awesome picture, awesome photo. I mean, I just saw it a while ago when I put the song out there. I said, man, she does look like Alicia. And I got to tell you that comment. Literally, there's a comment on last night's show that says, "You look like a Lisa Vidal." I'm like, "A la máquina." I was like stunned when I saw the comment. I was getting ready to do an announcement, and then I looked at the comment. Or I mean, it wasn't on my phone. I was on my
Yeah.
little side screen here. I'm like, did she just really how did
I've I've never been told that. I've never been told that, but that's still a compliment.
but but yes, I do want to say thank you for your time. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
this album release, and be sure to push it on all the platforms, all right? Because it's already on my platform. I'll be pushing it till the wheels fall off. Okay, I got your back. That's what it's all about: supporting our
Thank
heritage,
you.
supporting our cultura. Is there anything you'd like to tell your family, friends, fans, um, before we split?
I just want to thank everybody for all the love, all the patience, and all the support that they've given me. Especially, I've had so many phone calls, so many messages. When's the album coming out? When's the album coming out? When's the album coming out? And I want to thank everyone for their patience. It's out, and I just want to thank my family. My family supports me 100%. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here right now. And I just, I am proud. I am proud of this album.
No, I am proud of this album as well, man. It takes a team to make it happen, and you guys made it happen. Yeah, it took a little while to put it together, and that's what it takes, and that's what I try to tell people: take your time, and it'll come out great. And that's what it came out for you guys, and I'm very very stoked for you guys to
Thank
go
you.
put something out there for your fans. And beautiful, beautiful voice by Candace Vargas. Thank you, Candace. God bless you.
Thank
Safe
you.
travels next week, going to San Antonio. When you pass down, if you come this way, make sure you give me a honk or a wave. All right.
Will do. Will do.
God bless you, Candace Vargas.
God bless.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for this awesome time, and congratulations once again on the brand new album release. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime, doors are open for you guys and the whole Northern 505. Our doors are open right here on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. God bless you guys. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Candace Vargas, man, out of New Mexico, man, with a brand new hit album, man. Sorry, man. It's a brand new hit album. It's out on all the digital platforms. It's live on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. It's live on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show Roku TV. If I don't see you guys later on tonight, if I don't see you guys later on tomorrow, if I don't see you for the rest of the weekend, please do not drink and drive. All right. Don't do something I wouldn't do. All right. Stay safe out there, and if we don't, like I said, if we don't see you this weekend, have a good weekend. God bless you guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys on Monday with George Mercado. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Candice. God bless.